Okay, so we have found ourselves back in Columbus, Ohio with Officer Connor that got his feelings hurt. People did not like the fact that I was saying that he got his feelings hurt because he got his feelings hurt. Also, I would like to note 83% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. You got your phone in your hand, you're at your laptop, click the buttons, and we'll move along. People hate it when I do that, so I'm going to try to remember to do it 3 times. Also, we live probably, I don't know, as a crow flies, a mile to the highway that runs parallel to the house back there. And this time of the year, there's not a lot of leaves on the trees. And there's a car and a motorcycle flying up and down the road. So you might hear them engines flying up and down the road. I might cough. I might sneeze. The dogs are barking. They're in and out of the house. If you don't like it, if you have a problem with that, you can go fuck on somewhere else. Also, another thing. What we're going to do is we're going to recap the original video. Then there's a smaller video at the end with a article. We're not going to do the whole article, but it's going to highlight what they're not going to show you in the videos. Because the news has a habit of, we'll give you a little snippet of a video because we know damn well you're not going to read that long-ass fucking article. But the article will actually explain what was going on. What was the totality of the circumstances? What did this cop know when he got there? That's what we'll do. So, I did this video, I don't know, Thursday of last week, I guess it was. I set it to upload Saturday. The kids had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Well, they're teenagers. Out of school for Easter, so we just went and did other stuff, and I thought no more about this. So after this short recap, we'll go to the follow-up, and we'll see what is going on. And then we'll go to the comments, and we'll say we're sorry for hurting people's feelings. I'm kidding. We'll go to the comments, and we'll laugh at them. But this was the thumbnail to the one that I did, and here's a little backstory to the video. And some officers have been called to the school for a possible bomb threat, apparently. And this cop's going to go in thinking they're the big bad authority, and they're going to figure out right quick that they are not. And he's going to get his feelings hurt. So let's watch. She's just saying that's their policy, that's their procedure. She's just following orders. She's just doing what she was told to do. You fuckers say that all the time, and everybody's just supposed to go with the flow when you say it, but when it's thrown back at you, you don't like it so much, huh?
This radio, I thought as your union, teachers union, as a lawyer,
Also, let's hold the questions till the end of the video, because typically the video will answer the questions that you're asking. I'm just throwing that out there.
Have they spoke with you? We're here on official police business. I get that. But safety and security is on their way to come and get you. Okay, we have authority over safety and security. Do you understand that? Well, I have authority over my principal. You not talking about principal to me. So
oh no, she's not kissing the badge, she's not licking the boots. He's not gonna like that.
Tells me for you guys to wait. You're not the first one to go through this. And I'm not trying to be combative, but he told me to let you know, let him know when we got here. He's gonna let you know. And I think it's radio on him. He's coming to get you. Okay? Okay. I'm just telling you what I go through.
Also, I'm about to piss a lot of people off. I would like to note that 83% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. You got your phone in your hand, you're at your laptop, click the button, and we'll move along.
Okay. Did the union and the lawyer speak with, did they have a speak with you? No. They have not? No, and I'm not in the teacher's union, so no, they won't speak with me. Okay, well, when we're here on official police business, we are over safety and security.
When they're on official business, they expect you to bend down and kiss their boots.
I will call. This is ridiculous. We are here in official capacity.
So I'm just wondering what I know that I've been
teacher's being beat up, I have to ask you to let through the meeting.
Now we're just throwing out some hypotheticals because she's following her policy and procedure. She's doing what she was told to do. She's just following orders. Can't fault her for that, can you there, Mr. 50?
Is that what you're saying?
No, I need Mr. Howell in my office ASAP, please.
So if a teacher's getting beat up, I have to go through you to get to that teacher. That's what you're saying. So, yeah, this is, so if they have an emergency here, she has to decide if it's a big enough emergency.
Are you taking them out that way? Are you taking them out? What's going on?
I'm like, I'll go to the conference with Greg.
Thank you, please.
I was trying to explain to her that the Columbus police are, she said we have to wait for safety and security. Columbus police are over safety and security. If there's an emergency here, I don't need to explain to her. I need to get in here now and say,
You have to go by what I've been told. I just heard a lot of
She has to go by what she's been told. See, she's following orders. Isn't that what you say, Mr. Police Officer?
I said, can you step back over here? Because I just heard a lot of chaos, and I was in a meeting, so I know Mr. Howell, you want back over here, please. Shut the door, please.
so what I'm going to do is get back all together with the teachers union. I'm going to get all the people.
What does the teachers union have to do with this?
Because it seems like they're some of the only people that have pull. If we have an emergency at the school, I should not have to explain to this woman why I'm here. I don't come here for party time. I come here on official police business. This is a game we've been playing for years. This is a game we no longer want to play with.
But yet, when they're on official police business, and I don't know, Uvalde, 400 of them almost stand around and do absolutely nothing while kids were literally being killed. That's where we're at.
You should be welcome.
Rest assured, if he heard gunfire, he would not be inside that school. I'm just throwing that out there.
You call us.
But anyway,
If you don't want me here, and if you want me to beg you to get through that door, don't call me.
okay, well, I'm not really sure all that happened, but
It's all on recording on Bodycam.
but I just came over here.
It's all on Bodycam that you're never going to be able to get 9 times out of 10. They will put that behind a paywall. They'll put it behind a court order. They won't release it. Try getting it.
I heard some noise going on. I heard my secretary having to argue or whatever was going on. What I do know is, and I want to make sure this is on camera too, we felt a lot of disrespect by some of the members of the Columbus Police Department, including yourself, sir. What just transpired here, I do not know, but we definitely did call you today. Oh, at one point in time, one of your colleagues, and just even your demeanor right now, your demeanor is off. So we did call you today. I'm not into playing games either, sir. So I'm not either, but we are going to follow the district protocols and so forth and so on. Today you were called because a scholar made this threat, which he said he was just playing. So Mr. Howell contacted you, and so now you are here. Ms. Nash was doing her job. I don't know if she knew you were coming or not. I don't know what transpired. I did. And that's
She knows we're coming here for a reason. I should not have to
Sir, can I finish this? No, don't argue. Don't argue. So Mr. Howell asked me to, the CPD is here, let me know. And as soon as
Now, see this right here that he just took? If you took that and he was talking to you, they call that a fighting stance. I'm just throwing that out there.
I saw them on the camera, I called for him and said, your guests have arrived. Nobody, if there was a situation would have been warranted that.
Also, you'll notice his breathing is getting heavier and heavier. He's getting mad because they're not respecting his authority.
It was immediate or whatever. I would have been told like I'm the first point of contact, but that wasn't the case. The case was when they get here, let me know, and that's what I did. But then I get combative because I need to go through blah blah blah, that type of situation. Well, then the other caveat too that we've been told from our district is that the police can't just go all over the building and do whatever you want to do. That has been established too. Now, ones who made the phone call, and then they had already given information over the phone as to the scholar. Now, it gets back to me that allegedly I stopped information or whatever.
Yes.
That's not true, sir. You and I only talked once. When I came
You
out
said
of
I
my
will not
office
provide
door,
that student's information.
you asked me was he going to be suspended. I said I cannot share that information with you and walked away. That was the only conversation you and I had on that day.
In the last 2 years, I know you have refused to provide
Because we filed the district protocol.
but that's not your
Yeah,
problem.
we
Now,
have-
are you
there's some
giving that
protocol.
student's information now?
It depends on what the situation is.
Are you to get
It depends on what the situation
If those
is. Not for me, the teachers are to get that. They were the ones who
You
called.
are the principal.
No, that's not how it works. They were the ones who called. You had the conversation with them. So they were to give you, they were the ones pressing the charges or the assault charges or whatever the case might be. That was not Natalie James or Ridgeview Middle School. They had that conversation with you. So that was over there. You and I only talked briefly when I stepped out my office. So
You constantly said refused information. Are you denying it?
I followed district protocol, and the only reason, and to be honest, I do not feel comfortable even interacting with you right now. The only reason why I came out because there was something going on in the office, and I stepped over here because there's some arguing going on over here with my secretary. We have to take security for a reason. I personally do not feel comfortable even speaking with you, to be quite honest, because of the way that, because I believe that you do not even have my safety in mind. So I'm just being very clear.
Okay.
So,
As an administrator, can I give you my opinion? You, for some reason, you don't like the police. You want to make things so difficult for us that we don't want to come to your school. And listen, I listened to you, did I not?
you did it.
You are, and I don't know what in your life happened that you hate us so much that you don't want to cooperate. But the teachers union, and I've talked with them.
I'm gonna applaud you because it's not going to be back and forth. I don't have any hate towards the police or anything like that. There are some who come in over to Ridgeview who are just fine, but all of this and escalatedness and so forth and so on, I do not feel safe. I don't feel comfortable. But because I'm the principal and I heard what's going on and I came on.
You don't feel safe right now.
I do not.
Okay,
So,
why don't you go back to your office?
I am. So, Mr. Howe, did you provide him with the information?
I'm going to walk out here and do it.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to give you.
Yeah, just give me a top half, and that's fine. I mean, name, date of birth, and his contact
Yeah, that's
information.
what I'm going to give you. Then, like I said, I
And
really
that's what we had not been provided in the past, so that's actually a benefit for us today.
Because we were the ones who called the school. We called from our end, so
So you
we're
have
to
been
get that
able to do that
information.
before. So now,
Well, it depends on what the situation is.
there have been some changes, and you've been forced to give us some information that
We've
we
been following the rules.
You never have.
We
This is a
have.
first
I
for you.
follow the rules, sir. Can I have your badge number?
It's Officer Connor Badge 1300. I do not have to provide you with a card. It's Officer Connor Badge 1300.
Can you write that
And
down?
we can play this for
Card with a pencil, sir?
CONNER, Badge 1300. And we can play this tape for the union and who else ever wants to see it at the school. So, I appreciate your time.
Well, you're really supposed to write it down.
Do you want to write that down for us, ma'am? As the
That's
principal,
district protocol.
You're the
Supposed to be-
you're the highest speech person. Why don't you get it to her and write it down for
I
her?
will walk out with you and write it to you.
Are we doing anything with the
No, the students already been, so we already checked this, follow, went back, I checked the clocks, I checked it. It's just a protocol we have to have. I'll leave it aside, this is the first time I've been here. Figure out what's going on. Give me 1 second.
Oh, he got his feelings hurt. Maybe this one will give him a hug.
You see what I mean?
See what I mean? They throw the shit that we say back in our face. This is our policy and procedure, and I'm just doing what I was told and following orders, but when you throw it back in my face, I don't like it. Now I got to go cry And then some bootlickers will say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, thoughts and prayers."
Something in her life has happened.
Yeah, something in her life has happened. Dickheads like you's happened. Get a clue.
I don't think that 34 on the service. She is absolutely the most uncooperative person that I've ever met.
Absolutely the most uncooperative person, because she would not bow down to my authority and lick my boots and kiss my badge and the ring and shit.
Within a school system that wants the police. But if there's a situation here, we don't need to beg to get through that door.
You don't need to beg to get through the door. No, you got to follow their procedure and their policy, though. What an ass. So, anyway, that's the end of that one. So, let's go down to the comments and apologize for what we said. I'm just kidding. Let's go make fun of them. Every day on the Bad Apple Report, there's a different school resource officer being charged with an assault of some kind against a kid. The principal has every right to refuse entry to this cop. If he walked in and hurt a child, she would be held accountable by the state, while he would get a paid vacation or promotion. Well, I've done a lot of the SROs and the schools and the crap they're doing, and there's so many of them I had to take a break from it, so I have more of them, but yes, you're correct. I'm here, young lady. I'm not moving nor into anyone's feelings either. Neither. Me neither. Thanks for sharing. Welcome. Nah, man, I hate cops and bootlickers, but this is a L-take. Why don't we make grammatically correct sentences and L-take? Explain your position then. What we have here is a pissing contest, each one of their own way. They do not like the police, and the police does not like anyone not police, lol. They had threat, and rather than address it, they cried to one another. Did they ever address why they even called the police? Yes, they did. They actually addressed that right at the beginning of the video. Did you watch the video, or did you just come here to comment? I'm just saying. And there's more to the story. What's the emergency? Well, the school says there was a bomb threat, but the emergency, if you're asking what's the emergency that he responded to, there was no emergency. He just wanted somebody to bow down to him. The principal was wrong. If my kid went to that school, I would be pissed. Let the cops do their job. I would want that shitty principal fired. The cop doesn't need her permission to do his job. The fact that he stood there should show how patient he is. Whoever makes these videos and says, aha, he got his feelings hurt is just dumb. Really, Jason? Okay, the principal was completely wrong in this situation. I believe she is fired now. Do you? I don't know if she's fired or not. But, aha, yes, no. Principal should not be fired. The cop was absolutely wrong, and I'm going to prove that. But first, let's go see what Jason's up to. One subscriber, 13 years ago, view channel. More. Oh, there's nothing there. Okay, doesn't have any content. Anyway. Stop. That's the comments on that one. And, yeah, principal was not wrong. If your kid went there, you'd be pissed. And we're about to show why the principal was not wrong, because here's a little follow-up to it. And Bodycam video shows middle school principal Columbus officer disagree over school security protocols. Police and school officials clash over security protocols following a bomb threat at Ridgeview Middle School. Now, they're going to show you a 2-minute and 59-second video, and that's what they're going to go with. You know why? Because they know people are not going to read these long-ass articles and actually see what was going on there. Guess what? I read the article. You don't have to. And we'll point out the highlights. So here's their... I'm not sure that one's down there like that. Here's their little follow-up to it. Hold up. That's the wrong one. That's the long one that we just saw. Here's the follow-up to it.
Well, now at 11, a bomb threat at a Columbus Middle School leads to a confrontation between a police officer and the principal. And it's all caught on this body camera video you see behind me. Now, this happened March 17th at Ridgeview Middle School. And tonight, 10 TV's Carly Dion walks you through what happened and why police are so frustrated by this interaction.
The body camera video starts with an officer heading to Ridgeview Middle School. He waits for another officer to join him before heading inside. A woman at the front desk then tells them they have to wait for security to come get them.
I'm here on official police business.
I get that. I just radio for the safety security. Just have to wait for him to come in here to pick you up.
The officer then tries to explain they should have higher authority.
We have authority over safety and security. Do you understand that?
Well,
We're Columbus
I
Police.
have authority over my principal. You do not talk with my principal to me. So she tells me for you guys to wait. You're not the first one to go through this.
The officers talk to the woman at the front desk for more than 2 minutes before other school employees join the conversation.
If there's an emergency here, I don't need to explain to her. I need to get in here now instead of go through this. What?
Not according to the district rules that they give us.
And what exactly is the emergency?
The officer continues to tell them he shouldn't have to wait by a locked door when responding to a threat involving student safety. He then addresses another woman who walks in the room as the principal.
You called us. If you don't want me here, and if you want me to beg you to get through that door, don't call me.
The woman, believed to be Principal Natalie James, then tells him they're following district protocols. She adds, police were called because a student made a threat, but he was, quote, just playing, end quote.
We've been told from our district is that the police can't just go all over the building and do whatever you want to do.
The confrontation inside the school lasts more than 10 minutes. The principal tells the officer she does not feel safe or comfortable. The officers are then handed paperwork before leaving without making contact with the student involved. The Fraternal Order of Police says this
I wonder why they didn't make contact with the student involved. We're about to find out why.
behavior from the principal is unacceptable.
You can't tell the police, you can't call the police and tell them how to do their job once they get there.
Executive Vice President Brian Toth is questioning the policy school officials say they were following.
I don't think that's the policy. I really don't. Because all the other schools that we've had any kind of issues at the school, they let us right in. They let us do our job.
The district sent us a statement saying Superintendent Chapman and Police Chief Elaine Bryant reviewed and discussed the video and will hold a meeting soon to reinforce commitments and expectations. Dr. Chapman declined to comment about this to me when I asked for an interview at tonight's special board meeting. Carly Dion, 10 TV News.
Thank you, Carly. Stop. So, let's see what the article has to say. What did the cop know when he got there? What is the totality of the circumstances that he feels he needs to get inside that school right now? We're going to go to reader mode because these ads are getting on my nerves. Police and school officials. We're just going to glance over some of it. Security, Columbus, Ohio. Police body cam video shows a viral interaction. We know that on March 17th, a bomb threat at the school. The student reportedly said he only made this statement because he was mad that he had to change his classroom. School leaders who called the police told officers, they called the police and they told them the school did not want to pursue charges. Police were not told if the student would face consequences, but reportedly observed the student leaving the school with a parent. Right here. This is where we're at. They know you're not going to read this. School leaders called the police and told them, we don't want to pursue charges. Police were not told if there would be any consequences, but reportedly observed the student leaving with a parent. Hey, giving you a heads up, there's a bomb threat. The kid was playing. We don't want to pursue charges. And the child has left with a parent. They observed it. That call was over. There was no need to go. Why are you going in there for? When officers arrived at the school, they were let into the office by a secretary. We know that one officer was here saying, I'm here on official police business. I know I get that. I radioed security. Gotta wait. Okay. The officer and secretary continued talking back and forth. After the security guard arrived, opened the door. Officers back to the conference room. Her saying, this is not acceptable. Principal James arrived and led officers and security back to the office. Just heard a lot of chaos. I was in a meeting. The officer told James about not being let in without security and said he shouldn't have to wait to be let in. You should be welcoming us. You called us. If you don't want me here, and if you want me to beg you to get through the door, don't call me, the officer was heard telling the principal. Well, your call was pretty much over. They called and told you what they told you. They're not going to pursue charges, and y'all saw the student leave with a parent, and here you still are. And remember Uvalde. I'm just saying, if he heard gunfire, he would have not went in there. What I do know is, and I want to make sure this is on camera too, we felt a lot of disrespect by some of the members of the Columbus Police Department, including yourself, sir. What just transpired here, I don't know, but we definitely did call you today, James said. How have we disrespected you? I know at one point colleagues' demeanor. I'm not into playing games. Well, I'm not into playing games either. James cited district protocols. Now, if this was an active shooter, that's something totally different. But yes, totally different. They wouldn't be in there. After continued conversation, the security guard handed the officer a report and headed out of the school. A letter was sent out to families on the day of the incident by the principal, saying that a scholar made a threatening remark during a classroom interaction. The police responded. The letter also states the disciplinary action was taken. Ohio Attorney General Dale took to X. Of course, I can't stop social media. No principal in Ohio has the right to keep responding police out of the school building. The principal's conduct was unacceptable. I spoke with the chief, who told me the police completed their mission. A meeting between the chief and the school superintendent is set for next week. Haven't found that yet. Columbus City School Chief of Staff Mike sent the following statement. Columbus City Schools and the Columbus Division of Police have reviewed video of the interaction between school staff and the CPD officer at the school on March 17th, 2025. The principal and officers were both trained in de-escalation procedures and served to treat all Columbus residents with respect and dignity and fairness. Employee Relations is reviewing the incident on behalf of the CCS, and the Department of Inspector General is reviewing on behalf of CPD. Leaders have regular standard meetings to ensure and promote the safety of students, staff, and community members in and around the schools. Columbus City School Superintendent Dr. Angela and Columbus Police Chief Elaine reviewed and discussed the video and will join an upcoming meeting with their combined leadership teams to reinforce their commitments and expectations. Brian Steele, the president of Fraternal Order Police and Capital City Lodge Number 9, issued a statement. Police work is already an incredibly difficult and scrutinizing profession, and our officers should never face backlash or Inspector General investigations for simply doing their job and prioritizing the safety of our communities and children. Officers involved acted with integrity, courage, and sound judgment in a challenging situation. Well, their jobs are only difficult because they've made it difficult over the last, 10 or 15 years. I'm just saying, I keep saying it. Back in the day, this would treat the community the way we want to be treated. That's how it was back in the day. I'm just saying, they don't care anymore. Any effort to discipline or undermine this effort for putting student safety first and for calling out unacceptable behavior by school leadership will be dealt with swiftly and accordingly by this lodge. We will not stand idly by while those who serve and protect are made the scapegoat for failed leadership elsewhere. Really? Serve and protect? Remember Uvalde? The Supreme Court has already put it to bed. You have no duty to protect anybody. I'm just throwing that out there. Uvalde pretty much showed that. The safety of our schools and the trust of our community depend on mutual respect and cooperation, not obstruction. We urge all community stakeholders to stand with the officers and put themselves on the line for our children every day. Community stakeholders. Those are the bootlickers that keep donating thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to them. That's the ones they're talking about. School leaders who called the police told officers, hey, Mr. Police, kid was mad that he had to change classrooms. He said something about a bomb. We don't want to pursue charges. And then they saw the kid leave with a parent. And they still, this is where we're at. And then the back and forth between the Attorney General and whomever that's about, then don't put in the protocol. If you don't want somebody to follow protocol, don't put that in the protocol. But yes, that's where we're at with this one. So, let me know what you think about it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Also, 83% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. You got your phone in your hand, you got your laptop, click the button, and we'll move along. Let me know what you think about this one, and I'm out.